Alright guys, so today Valve dropped an update for CS2, and inside of that update there was an update to the movement, and one of the bug fixes was fixed a bug that would cause the player to sometimes move too far forward. Now, I am not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure this means up, and they're talking about the on top of the map glitch. Various bug fixes. Now, I do have a slight problem with how this is worded, because I don't think that there were various bug fixes to movement in this update. I just think that they're tweaking the movement exactly how a lot of the pros are asking. So I don't think it's various bug fixes when it comes to movement. I think it's the best way that they could have wrote this was just movement adjustments. There aren't really any bugs when it comes to like parody specifically. Like if you're parodying CSGO, it's not exactly a bug if you don't perf exactly the same, if you get what I'm saying. So I think it should just be various movement tweaks, not bug fixes, but that is just me. Now I will show you the reality of what has changed. Alright, so if we go on to Mirage and we go to the epic spot over here and we AD like we do, you will notice that we clip up to the side, right? Just like that. Now, a few things to note with this. That doesn't necessarily mean that the bug is fixed. Wow, I can't believe I did that so quick. Anyways, that doesn't necessarily mean that the bug is fixed. That just means that they lowered the height that you would go to, right? So I don't know the ins and outs specifically of the bug, but what it looks like is when you walk up onto an edge, and it like clips you up. I can explain the best at top mid. Yeah, that. It'll just clip you up if you're like almost high enough. So what I'm assuming happened is it would just clip you too high, and it would just assume. But the thing is that still looks buggy. The fact that I'm like clipping up the wall doesn't exactly look fixed to me. So that generally implies that this could be something that happens again on different maps. While I was making this video, I actually learned a few things about the new van jump. When Mirage first came out on CS2, the van jump was actually easier, I would say, than it is not now. I don't really know if it's easier than it is now, but it was notably like easier than it was to the next update, right? Because there was another update right after Mirage came out, right? Where they made that a lot harder, okay? They made doing that crazy difficult. And I've noticed that loading this up, I'm hitting this way more than I used to with the setup that I was running before. And by the way, just for clarification, you line yourself up with this shadow here, and then you jump on the side. It would have been good if I like made it for the demonstration, but you guys get the point. You guys can also like rewind the video and see the times that I've hit it. At any rate, so all the working lineups on CS2 are kind of as follows. I'm gonna miss them a few times, but that is the scenario. So that one still works, which is good. I love just running along this and then just hitting it. We love that. I'm glad that that's back in the game. I did hit it. I already mentioned this setup, and then there's also, you know, you can always like jump to here, you know, be holding this off angle, and then you can just, you know, do your run jump, typical, like that. So all of they've sort of just let you do everything. They've just given you it all, so. Alright, also, in the previous update, but not the update before the previous update, you basically couldn't jump from, like, the bottom here up to here. You had to jump from the second level, which a lot of people did anyway, so a lot of people didn't notice it. But you couldn't jump from, like, the bottom here up, and for some reason you also just couldn't do this. But you could do this. In the previous update, you could, wow, I missed it. You could do this, but, you couldn't do this for some reason. Something about doing that one versus doing that one, it was different to where you couldn't do this one in the previous update, but now you can. You can just do both of them now. Strafing. You see, I'm not an amazing, like, KZ player, vanilla KZ player. I don't get incredible stats. We're talking like my LJPB is like 244, vanilla 64 ticks. So like, you know, I'm not your go-to for for statting. I've been trying to strafe this whole time, and you might notice that I'm struggling. Bench to bricks is a jump that I've hit 0 times on Source 2, and I don't think that's changing, if we're being honest here. It's quite a difficult jump, for me at least. Yeah, you know, I'll hit it eventually. I'll hit it eventually. I know it's possible. That's all I can tell you. I've seen multiple people do it at this point. So yeah. I'll try strafing over here, I guess. Okay, so one thing that you can actually note about Source 2 is that because you can see your feet, you can get better accuracy as to like what your edge is, kinda. Strafing, like I said, I'm really not your guy for strafing, but I can notice that the strafes generally feel smoother, as in less sharp. Like I remember in first release, when you would turn, it felt very rigid, and now it feels slightly less rigid, is the best way to explain it. So yeah, I don't really know what else to to mention. If you have any questions, you can definitely comment them, you know. I'd be happy to assist with any information that I can give to people who don't have access. And if you don't have access, you should probably join the Femboy KZ Discord server, where you would get access to play cs2, and you can play it with people who have it cracked and with people who don't have it cracked. How do you get it cracked? Pause the video. Yeah, I'll put a link to a Google Drive to this in the description. Actually, no, add me on Discord and I'll just send it to you. I won't put it on Google Drive. Yeah, just add me on Discord and I'll send it to you. My Discord is this. Cool. Alright, guys.